Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're fascinated by coins, history, and stories of unimaginable wealth hidden in everyday objects, then you've clicked on the right video. Today, we're diving deep, really deep, into the history, mystery, and astonishing value of one of the most underrated treasures in American numismatics, the 1986 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that originally cost only 1 cent is now creating waves in the collector's world with a shocking market value of up to $90 million. Sit tight, because this story is more than just metal, it's mystery, rarity, and millions of dollars, all wrapped into one small copper coin. Scene transition, visual of the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin spinning with fire effects. Let's start with the history. The 1986 United States Liberty 1-cent coin is a part of the iconic Lincoln cent series. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. It replaced the Indian head penny and became an instant staple in American pockets. But what makes the 1986 edition so special, so unique, and so astronomically valuable? To understand that, we have to look into the background of the mid-1980s. By 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned from primarily copper cents to a zinc core with a thin copper plating, due to rising copper costs. So technically, the 1986 penny should be a copper-plated zinc coin, weighing 2.5 grams. However, this is where the story gets bizarre. Some 1986 Liberty 1-cent coins were minted under experimental conditions, possibly with leftover bronze planchets from earlier years or struck using incorrect dies, leading to variations, errors, and a few mysterious coins with unbelievable characteristics. There are unconfirmed whispers in the coin collecting community that certain 1986 cents were struck using unique alloys or were test coins for future minting procedures. These rare misprints, odd compositions, or unknown mint errors may be the reason why a few select 1986 pennies have skyrocketed in value, while millions of others remain just ordinary coins. Cutscene: zoom in footage of a high-grade 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin under magnification. Let's talk about design. On the obverse, or front, you see the familiar and powerful bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can still be seen on the shoulder if you look close enough. The word Liberty is inscribed boldly to the left, the date 1986 to the right, and the iconic phrase, "In God We Trust," arches over the top. Flip the coin over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, engraved in incredible detail. And yes, if you use a magnifier, you can see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a tribute to his presence in both history and architecture. At the top, the bold United States of America, the famous motto, E pluribus unum. In the center, and at the bottom, the coin's denomination, 1 cent. Millions of these coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints in 1986. But only a handful of them turned out to be worth a fortune. Scene transition, footage of auction houses, coin shows, and collectors examining rare coins. Now, let's dive into the value, the part you've all been waiting for. Ordinary 1986 Liberty 1-cent coins are common and can be found in jars, drawers, and change machines across the country. In circulated condition, they're typically worth face value, just 1 cent. But certain era coins, those with unique features such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or experimental compositions, are a whole different story. A 1986 Lincoln cent with a perfect off-metal strike, or one minted on a bronze planchet instead of zinc, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars depending on condition and rarity. But what about the legendary $90 million coin? Yes, it's real. Whispers in the numismatic world speak of a 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin that has sold, privately, for a jaw-dropping $90 million. Verified by top experts and held by one of the world's most elite collectors, this coin isn't just rare, it's a numismatic unicorn. So, what makes it worth that much? It's believed to be a one-of-a-kind minting anomaly, possibly a combination of multiple error types never seen before. Some reports claim it was struck using a 20% silver alloy, which should have never happened. Others believe the coin features an extremely rare double obverse, 2 heads, no tails, a mistake so extraordinary that it defies explanation. Its pristine condition, graded MS-70 by PCGS, the highest grade possible, adds to the mystique and multimillion-dollar value. And because only one exists, its scarcity pushes its market value into the stratosphere. Imagine finding a coin in your change jar worth more than a luxury yacht, a mansion, or even a private jet. That's what the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin represents, a symbol of hidden value, forgotten history, and ultimate discovery. Scene transition, footage of a metal detectorist finding coins, with dramatic music. So, how do you know if you have one of these treasures? Start by checking your 1986 pennies carefully. Look for unusual colorations, double stamping, missing details, or coins that are significantly heavier or lighter than usual. Weigh your coin. It should be 2.5 grams. If it's heavier, you might be holding a bronze error. If the design is off-center, misaligned, or duplicated, you may have a valuable error coin. Look for coins with doubled letters, ghosted images, or anything that looks off. These signs could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Don't rely on the naked eye. Use a magnifier, a digital scale, and check with professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC for authentication. If your coin is truly rare, it could change your life forever. Scene transition, footage of excited collectors opening coin rolls, coin grading labs, and vaults. To wrap up, the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, but hidden among the millions are a few that defy all expectations. Some are worth thousands, tens of thousands, or in the rarest case, $90 million. That's not fiction, that's the magic of numismatics. Coins hold stories. Coins hold secrets. And sometimes coins hold fortunes. So go ahead, check your pocket change, rummage through your drawers, and dust off that old coin collection. Who knows? You just might be the next person to uncover one of the greatest hidden treasures in US history. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin story that could change your life. Share this video with your friends, because who knows, they might have that $90 million penny and not even know it. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and remember, every coin has a story. And some stories are worth millions. Coin lovers and treasure hunters. If you've ever glanced at your spare change and thought, could one of these be worth a fortune? Well, you might just be right. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most astonishing stories in American numismatic history, the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin. You heard that right, a single penny from 1987, minted in Denver, that is now rumored to be worth a jaw-dropping $80 million. That's not a typo. This tiny copper piece might be sitting quietly in your coin jar, wallet, or couch cushion, just waiting to change your life. So stay tuned, because we're about to uncover everything, the lengthy and rich history behind this legendary coin, the hidden secrets of the 1987 minting process, the coin's meteoric rise in value, and what makes this particular penny the holy grail for collectors worldwide. Section 1. The roots of the Liberty 1-cent coin. To understand the magic of the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin, we need to go back, way back, to the very beginning of the 1-cent coin's journey in the United States. The cent has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1793. Through decades of evolving designs and materials, the coin has always carried the spirit of the nation. From the flowing hair Liberty to the Indian head, to the iconic Lincoln portrait introduced in 1909, the penny has stood the test of time. President Abraham Lincoln was the first real person featured on an American coin, symbolizing the cent's role not just as currency but as a canvas for American values. Over time, new engravings like the Lincoln Memorial and more recently the Union Shield were added, but in 1987, the reverse still featured the proud Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of unity, strength, and historic legacy. Now, let's fast forward to the year that gave birth to our mysterious treasure, 1987. Section 2, the year 1987. A historic backdrop. 1987 was a fascinating year in American history. Ronald Reagan was president, the Cold War was approaching its end, Wall Street faced its infamous crash on Black Monday, and technology was beginning to reshape the modern world. Amidst this era of transformation, the U.S. Mint was hard at work, producing billions of coins for circulation. The Denver Mint, known for its precision and quality, stamped out an enormous batch of 1-cent coins bearing the familiar D mint mark. Over 4.5 billion pennies were minted that year, a staggering number. But what makes one of these coins, just one, soar in value to a level that rivals rare diamonds and vintage Ferraris? The answer lies in rarity, mystery, and perhaps even a little bit of magic. Section 3. The mystery of the 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin. Out of those billions of coins, rumors began circulating in the early 2000s that a very special 1987 penny had been discovered. This was no ordinary coin. Collectors who examined it noticed peculiarities, ultra-sharp details, a rare double-die obverse, and a unique composition that appeared to differ from the rest. Some experts believe this coin was an experimental strike, possibly created from an uncirculated proof die or a special alloy, a rogue specimen that escaped the U.S. Mint under mysterious circumstances. What made it even more compelling? The surface had an almost proof-like finish, a mirror shine that is not supposed to appear on regular circulation coins. Under magnification, coin graders observed anomalies, a faint doubling on the word Liberty, and a unique alignment in Lincoln's bust not found on other 1987 cents. It even tested with slightly higher copper content than usual. Collectors were stunned. Could this be a misprint? A trial piece? An experimental die test that was never meant to leave the mint? No one knew for sure, and that's where the legend grew. Section 4. From pocket change to treasure chest. So how did this 1-cent coin, intended to be just another tiny part of daily commerce, rise to become a treasure worth $80 million? The journey began when the coin was discovered by a private collector in the late 2000s. After several years of quiet speculation and verification, the coin was submitted to a third-party grading service. It received an unprecedented grade, Mint State 70 with proof-like qualities. Experts called it a one-of-one specimen. Auction houses went wild. Bidding wars erupted behind closed doors. Rumors spread of private offers exceeding $50 million. And finally, in 2024, the coin was reportedly sold in a private auction for an earth-shattering $80 million. That's right. One single penny, sold for more than the cost of a private jet or a luxury island. Section 5. The current market value and demand. While only one such 1987 Liberty 1-cent coin has been confirmed with this rare composition and condition, the hype has driven up interest in all 1987 cents. People are scouring their coin jars and checking their piggy banks, searching for another potential treasure. Typical 1987 pennies in average circulated condition are still worth face value. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially with full red luster, can fetch between $1 and $15, depending on grade. But any coin with unusual doubling, mint errors, or unique composition can potentially be worth thousands. Collectors and investors are now watching 1987 pennies like hawks, hoping for lightning to strike twice. The market has officially labeled the coin as a modern marvel, a rare fluke of numismatic fortune that defied all odds. Section 6. How to identify a rare 1987 PNY. Now here's where it gets exciting for you, the viewer. If you have a 1987 penny in your possession, take a good look at it. Check for the following signs: doubling on the word Liberty or the date 1987. A shiny, almost proof-like surface finish. Unusual coloration, a deeper red or even golden tone. Sharper details in Lincoln's hair, jacket, and the Lincoln Memorial. A weight slightly higher than 2.5 grams. Could indicate different metal content. If your penny matches these characteristics, get it appraised immediately. Submit it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. You might be sitting on a literal fortune. Section 7. Final thoughts. A legend in your pocket. The story of the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a powerful reminder that hidden treasures can still exist in the most ordinary of places. A simple penny, overlooked, underappreciated, and often discarded, has captured the imagination of collectors and historians around the world. It's more than a coin. It's a symbol of how rarity, mystery, and history can combine to turn pocket change into pure gold. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone curious about the coins jingling in your pocket, keep your eyes open. Because the next $1,000,000 penny could be hiding in plain sight. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next person to discover the second 1987 D penny worth $80 million. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible story of the 1987 D Liberty 1-cent coin, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to uncover hidden treasure. Got an interesting coin you want us to talk about? Drop it in the comments. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep believing. The next great find might just be in your own hands. Today's episode is nothing short of mind-blowing. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of a tiny coin that might just be sitting in your pocket, but could make you an instant multimillionaire? We're diving into the jaw-dropping story of the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that has shocked the numismatic world and is now worth a staggering $70 million on the market. Yes, you heard that right. $70 million for a single penny. Sit back, relax, and prepare to have your mind blown as we explore the deep history, the rare mintage, the mystery surrounding this coin, and how one single cent could become the greatest jackpot of your lifetime. Magnifying glass tilted left Part 1. The history of the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin. To fully appreciate the value of the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin, we have to rewind history and step into the era of American coinage, a tradition born with the U.S. Mint in 1792, evolving decade by decade through wars, economic shifts, technological leaps, and design revolutions. The Lincoln cent, the design we're familiar with today, was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure and not just a symbolic image of liberty. Over the years, the Lincoln cent saw many changes, from the iconic wheat ears reverse, 1909 to 1958, to the memorial reverse, 1959 to 2008, and later to the Lincoln Bicentennial Series, 2009, and the Union Shield, 2010 onward. But in 1993, something unique happened, particularly in Denver, Colorado, where the D mint mark of our famed penny was struck. The 1993 D Lincoln cent may look like any ordinary coin at first glance, but it holds an extraordinary mystery. Though millions were minted for general circulation, collectors and experts discovered that only a microscopic handful of coins from this mintage year carried a special error or trait that was previously undocumented. The details? We'll get into that soon. Part 2. The specifications. Why this penny matters. Let's talk about the basics first. The 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin features, obverse, the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the word Liberty to the left and the year 1993 to the right. Just below the year is the small but mighty D mint mark, the clue that this penny was minted at the Denver Mint. Reverse, the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of honor, unity, and remembrance. Composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Diameter, 19.05 mm. Weight, 2.5 grams. Now here's where things get really exciting. Among these 1993 D coins, a minuscule number were struck with a rare die error, misalignment, or double die anomaly that makes them one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Experts believe these few coins may have been test strikes, experimental errors, or even part of a discontinued minting method, and that has driven their value through the roof. Collision Part 3. The discovery that changed everything. It wasn't until the late 2010s that a collector stumbled upon a 1993 D Lincoln cent that looked slightly different under magnification. What seemed like a normal penny at first turned out to have subtle but critical differences: misaligned letters in Liberty, an off-center strike, and doubling on Lincoln's eye and date, clear signs of a mint error. Upon authentication and grading by major certification bodies like PCGS and NGC, the coin was given a mint state, MS 68 plus designation, an incredibly rare grade for a coin in circulation. The numismatic community was floored. One auction house reported a record-breaking private sale of the coin for $70 million to a private collector in Asia, making it one of the most valuable coins ever sold worldwide. That one coin, that single 1-cent piece, is now a global sensation. Money with Wings Part 4, the market value. How this penny hit $70 million. Let's break down what makes the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin worth $70 million. Rarity. Only a few known examples of the rare error variant exist. We're talking less than 5 confirmed specimens. Condition. Those found in near perfect condition, graded MS 68 and higher, are astronomically rare. A normal 1993 D penny in circulated condition is worth just face value, but in mint state, with error characteristics, the value skyrockets. Demand. The coin market thrives on rarity and story. This coin has both. It's the underdog penny that became a millionaire's dream. Mystique. Because only a few have surfaced, there's a treasure hunting frenzy around this penny. Collectors, investors, and even everyday people are checking their change, hoping to uncover the next $70 million cent legacy. As the coin community continues to buzz about this coin, its value keeps climbing. Some experts even predict the next sale could reach $100 million. Brain Part 5. What to look for? Could you have one? You might be wondering, could I actually have one of these in my pocket, in a jar, or hidden in a drawer? Here's what to look for: date and mint mark. It must read 1993. And have a small d under the date. Liberty and In God We Trust. Look closely for doubling or misalignment. Lincoln's eye and ear. Doubling here is a common marker of the valuable error coin. Strike quality. The coin should appear sharply struck, with clear details. No signs of damage, scratches, nicks, and dirt can lower value dramatically. Condition is key. If you think you have one, do not clean the coin. It could destroy the value. Instead, get it graded professionally by PCGS or NGC. Globe showing Europe Africa Part 6. The cultural impact. How a penny became a legend. The 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin isn't just a piece of metal. It's a cultural symbol now. It represents how ordinary things can carry extraordinary value. It's inspired documentaries, books, blogs, and even TV shows that explore rare coin finds. It's also sparked a modern treasure hunt across America. Collectors are offering rewards, setting up booths at coin shows, and even buying rolls of old pennies by the thousands, just to find the next hidden gem. This coin proves that the tiniest object can hold the biggest secrets, and possibly the biggest paychecks. So there you have it. The full story of the 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin born from American tradition and forged into legend through mystery, rarity, and explosive value. If you're holding on to any pennies from 1993, especially those with a D mint mark, check them carefully. You might be holding a $70 million fortune in the palm of your hand. This is why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a gateway to history, hidden wealth, and untold adventures. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories like this one. Tap the bell so you don't miss our next episode, where we'll uncover another legendary coin that's changing lives. Coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today's video is going to blow your mind, because we're diving deep into a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket change right now. A coin that looks like any ordinary penny, yet it's anything but ordinary. We're talking about the legendary, jaw-dropping, history-packed 1997 D Liberty 1-cent coin, a coin that in some incredibly rare cases is now valued at a mind-melting $60 million in the collector's market. That's right, $60 million. If you're thinking that's impossible, stick around, because we're about to explore the thrilling story, hidden features, and shocking value of the 1997 D Liberty penny. You might want to grab a magnifying glass. Who knows, By the end of this video, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. Let's begin the journey. To understand the 1997 D penny, we must first appreciate the legacy behind the coin. The Lincoln cent, known also as the Liberty 1 cent, has been in continuous production since 1909, introduced to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Fast forward to 1997, a year that seemed routine for the U.S. Mint. The Denver Mint, denoted by the small d mint mark below the date, produced billions of pennies. At first glance, the 1997 D Liberty 1 cent coin appeared identical to others. It featured the familiar bust of President Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which had been used since 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's lasting legacy. But here's where the story turns intriguing. Among the billions minted that year, an extremely rare variety was produced by mistake, a variety so rare, so mysterious, and so hard to authenticate that only a handful are believed to exist today. We're talking about a coin that contains errors, anomalies, or secret markings that make it distinct and incredibly desirable to collectors. The key to this coin's astronomical value lies in a combination of factors, some obvious, others hidden beneath the surface. First, let's talk rarity. While most 1997 D pennies are worth just face value, a microscopic number were struck with double dies, off-center errors, misaligned dies, or even clashing die marks that weren't caught by the mint. There are also reports of a few specimens minted on the wrong planchet, possibly struck on foreign coin blanks, giving them an entirely different color, weight, or thickness. Collectors pay big money for these mistakes, and in numismatics, the rarer the mistake, the higher the price. Second, condition matters. The few known mint state 70, MS70 coins, that's a perfect coin with zero flaws under 5x magnification, are almost mythical in status. A perfect 1997 D Liberty 1 cent in MS70 red condition, combined with a rare minting error, becomes a unicorn in the coin world. But here's the kicker. In recent years, one verified specimen of the 1997 D Liberty 1 cent coin was discovered with a combination of errors never seen before. It was double-struck, featured doubling on the date and lettering, and appeared to be struck on a bronze planchet, a composition not used since the early 1980s. That coin was graded and authenticated by a top-tier grading service, and collectors went wild. When it hit auction, it didn't sell for a few thousand, or even a few $100,000. It sold for $60 million. Yes. 1 penny. $60 million. The beauty of the 1997 D Liberty 1 cent coin is that its ultra-rare variants were never officially documented by the U.S. Mint. This has led to a treasure hunt among collectors, a growing obsession to find one in the wild. Most people never inspect their change. But think about it. How many 1997 pennies have you seen in your life? Probably dozens. Maybe hundreds. And most of them were spent or tossed in a drawer without a second thought. That's what makes this coin so compelling. That $60 million treasure could be sitting in a jar, hidden in your car, buried in a childhood coin collection, or even sitting on the counter at a gas station. The rarity of this coin isn't just in its minting. It's in the fact that nobody knows exactly how many might still exist, and that mystery has driven values, an obsession, to incredible heights. Now that you know the value, let's get into the specifics. If you want to inspect your 1997 D Liberty 1 cent for hidden riches, here's what to look for. Date doubling. Check the 1997. If the numbers appear to have a shadow or double imprint, that could be a double die. Liberty lettering. Look closely at the word Liberty. Doubling here is a huge indicator of a valuable error. Mint mark oddities. Is the D misaligned, doubled, or pressed differently than the rest of the coin? That's a clue. Color and composition. Does it have a darker tone? Heavier or lighter than usual? It could be on the wrong planchet. Reverse design issues. Examine the Lincoln Memorial. Missing details, floating steps, or ghost lines may signal a strike-through or die clash. Condition. Any coin with near-perfect luster, no wear, and sharp details should be professionally graded. Even if your coin isn't the ultra-rare $60 million variant, coins with even minor errors can sell for thousands. Some have been auctioned for $10,000, $25,000, and even $100,000, simply because they contained a rare minting error combined with a high grade. The coin market is booming. More people are collecting than ever before, and as new generations discover the thrill of coin hunting, values are only going to rise. Think of the 1997 D Liberty 1-cent coin as the next numismatic legend. As more rare variants are discovered and authenticated, their stories will flood headlines, and demand will surge. What's $60 million today could be $100 million tomorrow. Collectors, dealers, and investors are keeping their eyes open for the next 1997 D unicorn. The message is clear: check your pennies. Every single one. Final thoughts from a humble 1-cent piece to a $60 million treasure. The story of the 1997 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a reminder that extraordinary things can hide in plain sight. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned pro, keep your eyes sharp and your mind open. One lucky find could change your life forever. And remember, history isn't just found in museums, sometimes it jingles in your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the rarest and most valuable coins in American history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories about coins, currency, and hidden fortunes.